Our carnivore and ketogenic diet drying you out, part 2. Yes, my people, carnivore diet, ketogenic diet, snake diet, lion diet, they're all drying you out. So it is a slippery slope. It's a lot of juggling your minerals and your stress and your sleep to not deplete yourself of sodium. Or a lot of people are not getting enough potassium, or they're just sensitive to the different types of magnesium. Of course, I've said this so many times, so for those who hear me repeat myself, I'm so sorry. Carbs, bread, pasta, rice, fruit, anything sweet or higher in carbohydrate beyond, let's say, broccoli, draws water into the cell. Carbohydrate, it's a carbon molecule bound to water. Minerals help you pull water into the cell. Sodium and potassium are pumps, and they're pulling fluid in and out of the cell. We don't eat enough carbs. When you eat a carbohydrate, now your cells are hydrated through glucose. And then within the glucose, you have minerals. So you're having like a double whammy of minerals getting water into the cell. Not that that's a good thing. The problem is a lot of you guys have leaky gut. So you're not absorbing your minerals very well once you go carnivore or ketogenic. And if you're not absorbing these minerals very well, you are hemorrhaging fluid because there's nothing bound to water to stay within the cell. When you drop your carbs, you just start peeing all the time. And then some people love salt and like the snake diet or the lion diet, and now they're adding copious amounts of salt, and they're peeing even more, and they're dehydrating even more. And then there are the few people that are still drinking caffeine. They're doing caffeine pills, they're drinking coffee, they're drinking decaf, they're eating, well, they're not eating dark chocolate. That would be ketogenic people. And they're still losing tons of fluid. Now, once you start becoming dried out, this is what you might feel or go through. Thirsty, tired, right? Sodium depletion, you're going to feel tired. Sodium depletion or potassium, low potassium, you're going to have high blood sugar. Nausea, diarrhea. But here's one that's very bizarre. Vertigo. Like right now. It's summer. Check it out. I mean, if you look beyond this stand, that's summer. It's hot. So if I'm outside for 6 hours with the horses, and I'm trying to hurry because there's so many things to do, and there's a lot. I have to prepare the food, and I've got different food for different types of equine, like donkeys and horses and miniatures and giraffes. I have to pre-make it, I have to set it up, then I have to get them all into their stalls and feed them, and I'm outside this whole time, which is why you guys see, if you see, if you know, you know, that's a lot of vitamin D, okay? Now, those colors are going to balance out once my house is finished and nobody can see me, and I could walk around with nothing or bikini, and I don't got looky-loos because I'm in a place where people are not used to seeing women with muscle. So, yeah, especially a black woman in the town that I'm in. Not that black has anything to do with it, it's just different. So the eyeballs are like googly. Now I tried to do one photo shoot in a bikini, hidden to the back of my property, and I still had people doing this. So where my house is, you can't see shite. The point is that I'm outside a lot, and if I don't drink enough water because I'm just like, okay, one more thing, because I've got, you know, almost a 2,000-pound horse coming at me, and I just got to get it done before it comes over and starts begging for food, Then all of a sudden I'm missing my window of hydrating myself through fluid. So I'll often put a little Celtic sea salt into a glass of water, and I'll sip on it while I'm out, or a liter rather, while I'm out doing things like cleaning up poop and prepping their food, or even like last night I stayed up because I can't ride them until the sun is completely gone. Like there's no shadow, there's no sunspots because it's too hot. And because it's summertime and it's too hot, well, I've got vitamin D, which helps my hormones and absorb my minerals. But I'm sweating, so I'm sweating out sodium. And I sweat out extra sodium while I'm already doing a diet that dehydrates me. It's a mess. I'm sweating out fluid and sodium and potassium. And if I don't watch that tiny little window, I'll feel heart palps. I feel nauseous. And one time this summer, because I was going some more, I had vertigo. So if you didn't know, vertigo, sometimes tinnitus can be from chronic dehydration or high blood sugar. These are the things where it's the part 2, where it's the things you don't think about. You don't think about hitting those windows. You don't think about doing a carnivore diet, eating 2 pounds of meat, not getting enough electrolytes into your system, right? Because avocado has like absurd amounts of potassium. They're so beneficial. If you don't have a sensitivity to avocado, they're like perfect when it comes to keeping potassium, which is working with the sodium that you're consuming, which is keeping the cells hydrated. Super important. You just point blank period, if any guru does not admit to taking supplements, they're feeling like shite, especially in the summer. And they don't talk about, because if you go to any channel, entertainment channels, makeup, cars, people are not telling you when they're having relationship issues or struggling with their mood, or they might have mood disorder, or they haven't been to the gym in forever and they're tired, or chronic fatigue, or thyroid, or low testosterone. In the fitness industry, so many of these women who compete have blown out their thyroid, but you almost never hear them talk about it. And then you have people who follow it, and if you're not omitting issues, then you think these people are perfect. The carnivore diet is not going to fix you. I made a video about that. It's not going to hydrate you. It's not going to balance your blood sugar. It's definitely not going to help with the motility of your colon, especially if the meat is too lean, because you particularly like chicken and shrimp. And you're wondering why you're more constipated than normal. Dehydration is a real thing. And now I believe I developed melasma on my face because I wasn't taking in enough magnesium, which is regulating 3 estrogens, and they often say there's 4. So I started developing dark patches on my face. They were really dark on my cheeks, on my forehead, and people were asking, do you have melasma? I said, well, what's melasma? And often people say you can't get rid of it. So I don't wear sunscreen and I'm outside for 20 hours. I still have a little melasma, but nothing ever, and I mean nothing compared to how bad it was. I would put on this makeup. Oh, we're 4 minutes into this. Okay. Next. Nothing. No makeup I could like match my skin color. So here I was, magnesium deficient, and electrolyte issues, and having the heart palps. That's another one. Having the heart palps and the nausea, especially when I went to Bali trying to do carnivore. Oh my God, that was a nightmare, because I stopped eating avocado, and nobody else talked about the need for so much potassium, 1,000 milligrams from food, not from supplements. And I learned that lesson. So this is part 2, and I hope this information helps. Because if your electrolytes are out of whack, so is your blood sugar. And if your blood sugar is out of whack, so are your hormones. And then you can't lose the weight. And you can't sleep at night just because your electrolytes are jacked up. You have to question, why did Frank Tufano quit carnivore? Because he developed hemochromatosis. That's too much iron within the system. Well, I think other things he was doing, but I digress. Why is Sean Baker going from high fat to high protein? Why is he having neck pain? Why did Paul Saladino start eating fruit and trying to create this whole fruit thing? Why is there the sugar with carnivore and honey? Why, I believe Kelly Hogan, who I love, but why is she adding honey to her carnivore diet? Be very careful, my people. Your electrolytes, they friggin' tank. And if they tank, your thyroid tanks. If your thyroid tanks, your reproductive hormones tank. Your blood sugar tanks. Cortisol starts going through the roof. And if cortisol's up because you're sodium depleted, or your potassium, or you develop hypokalemia, I mean, check goes down the list. Back pain, a low glomerular filtration rate, which is your kidney filtration rate. The list goes on and on and on because your organs aren't getting enough fluid. Your gallbladder is not getting enough fluid. And then people are having gallbladder issues doing carnivore. And, I mean, clearly keto as well, or snake diet, lion diet. It doesn't matter what the diet is. So I hope this helps. This is part 2 and why you're getting dried out. And the weird little things nobody talks about. I mean, very, very seldomly. And I'm out because it's beautiful. And I got to do what? Sweat my bullocks, my invisible bullocks off, feeding horses in the sun. But I'm getting a lot of vitamin D. I'm getting vitamin D. I do not use sunscreen because it's toxic. And one day I'm going to start doing a what type of products that I use in terms of tallow for my skincare and castor oil. Sometimes coconut oil. But we'll go into that later. Comment below, share this content. My Instagram is Stephanie Ketogenic. My Facebook fan page is Stephanie the Business Person. I'm out. If you guys feel like you need help, you can book a consultation through stephanieperson.com or join my course, which is $15 a month, where I cover all 3 diets: carbs, keto, carnivore, because not everyone's the same. And most people don't do well when they are depleted from electrolytes. And it's not if, it's only when you drop out your carbs that you will suffer being dried out doing a low carb, ketogenic driven diet. And I'm out. Peace. Energy at 57, going on 58, and 18 years doing a ketogenic diet. I don't know. And I know the worst thing that I've ever experienced is chronic dehydration, and it sucks. Oh yeah, your histamine, and women, your hormones, you're doing the HRTs. Stop with the HRTs and balance your electrolytes. Magnesium. You don't have enough magnesium, you're hemorrhaging the magnesium. Flashes. And I'm out. Peace.